Good evening, everybody on stream there. I see Rob, Fry Simulation, Robert, and Rob again. Hello, there's Neil. And hello to Christer, Paul, and Rab here on Discord with me.
Hello.
Right, so, guys, I've had a strange thing happen. A couple of things happened. Hello, EW. The stream was scheduled for 7 p.m. and I've restarted X-Plane 3 times. I then rebooted the PC. I've now booted in. I picked up somewhere the memory leak, and I don't know what it is, because this is still the vanilla thing, as usual, as always. I'm not going to start the ground handling, the beta pushback, because I've got an idea. The textures in the ground handling looked super funny. It was like very low grade, okay? So I'm not sure if it's the ground handling or the beta pushback, but one of these things literally drained my memory and I ended up with like 0 frame rates, you know? So at this point in time, it seems to be smooth. It's not great frame rates, but we're going to keep it at that. And we're just going to punch through and get going, you know. Let's not worry about these other things and so on. So just without wasting any time, I'm gonna start setting up and make sure we get out of here before something nasty happens again. All right, so as you know from the title and the advertising that I did, this is obviously now the new flight model of today, and it is something new Zibo gave us hour or two ago, and we're just going to do a flight. I'm not entirely sure exactly what to look for. I see the notes say it's to handle some of the turbulent issues, you know, but we're going to do a nice flight, get it on video, and then Zibo and Twixter can have a look if they want and, you know, maybe adjust something and whatnot. And you're obviously now invited for the ride. So if you have questions or suggestions, whatever, you know, just put it in the comments and we'll attend to it as we get there. We're not going to fly very high. I see we only get flight level 260 from some brief. And just as a matter of interest, I'm busy testing. We started the testing of the new VA website, so it looks kind of different. There's a lot of work still to happen, yeah, lots of issues and things we have to attend to, cosmetics being one of them. So anyway, looks different, and so far so good. We'll get into that. Right, so what else do we need to do? We've got the lights on, your dampers not coming on again. I wish I knew why. I mean, the bus has power. Right, let's just do the normal setup and get out of here quick. Guys, I am on Iveo, so anybody flying with me should see me, or you should see me on WebEye, I hope, because I am online.
Nico.
Yes, sir.
To get this straight in my head, this little fix by Zibo to do with the turbulence is to try and iron out some of the turbulence issues that Laminar haven't yet solved. Is that correct?
I think it's part of it, yes. A lot of guys have been complaining about turbulence creating a problem for them and so on. So, yeah, sounds plausible what you're saying.
It was a guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I can't say 100% for sure because Zibo didn't give us more information. Zibo, if you're online, you're welcome to elaborate a little bit and tell us a little bit more. But I mean, that's the whole purpose of the stream is to now just go and test it, see what we see, and then we can report back.
Okay.
Tell him what we saw or didn't see. And then obviously the guys watching this thing can then just see how we fiddle and go about our workings to give them a great product. You know, that's how it is. And just for the record, I've not flown this version yet. This is definitely now my first try at it anyway. So if there's anything that goes wrong, I don't know about it. We're going to experience it together. Oh, this is interesting. Yes,
really?
Rob. Yes, Rob. Please just leave it off for now. That's very interesting. It seems like my settings changed. Let's quickly run through this. Mac, you were saying?
Well, you said it was interesting,
Yeah,
so I
no,
just said,
Yeah, no, I just noticed I don't have an MMR or anything. It's like my settings reset, yeah.
Go to one of your other liveries you've been flying. Are you on a different livery?
Mac, this is the normal test livery I've been using for a while now. It could be, you know what happened? It could be, this was the last aircraft we flew shared cockpit with, because this is the shared cockpit settings that I'm seeing. And I probably never reset it afterwards.
Okay.
I just want to quickly set it back.
Okay.
Upside down Neil. Oh my goodness, I haven't had the pleasure of that happening to me yet.
Oh, I came close when I flew last night?
Okay.
No. Into Dublin with gusting 12 to 24 knot crosswind, coming 30 degrees off the nose, or 50 degrees off the nose.
Yeah, I watched Uncle John. Uncle John was trying to land at Dublin, and eventually he had to disconnect the autopilot and fly it in my hand. It was rough about a day or two ago.
Yeah. I had wind shear on the first approach that threw me so far that it knocked out all the autopilot and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I went around, re-established on the ILS. The crosswind eventually threw me off and disconnected me from the ILS. So I then had to do the third time coming round and disconnected and had to land manually.
Gotcha.
And I hit the runway hard.
Gotcha. All right.
But I got it down in one piece, undercarriage intact, no broken tyres.
Good, then we can use it again.
Yep.
See?
Cost me in the VA though.
Okay.
I was logged under the new VA expense maintenance check, hard landing. And they took that out of my pay.
Okay, that's fun. Anyway, Jon Kolle, let me see. So this is update 2.0 after the 1.9. Yes, but this is just not available for the public yet. Part of what we do obviously is now testing and reporting back, and when Zibo is happy, he'll get it.
I've still got the evidence, Paul, of those go-arounds. There you go.
Can you help me remember? Can we ask Justin when we disconnect from shared flight?
Right there with you, sir. Ask him to put it back.
Yes, please. Can you just put our settings back? Then we don't have to go through this every time. It will really help a lot. Please, somebody remember to write it down.
Wonder what would happen if... did you close X-Plane down before you closed shared flight? If you didn't log out, Nico?
Mac, you're asking me something that happened weeks ago, or at least a couple of days ago. I can't remember, but usually I'd actually disconnect shared flight before I close, because I think that's what we were asked to do, was it not?
I have a feeling you've got to do that to break from the shared configuration.
Okay, but we must test it then, and if it is so that it is my mistake, I apologize, but if it's not, we must please ask him to put it back for us when he's done.
Having said that, if you hadn't put saved config, it shouldn't have saved it.
Exactly. Then it should have reverted anyway. But
Yeah.
remember, Justin writes to these data refs and stuff behind the scenes that
Yeah.
he might totally overwrite everything we have. He might not even be writing to the CFG. He might be talking directly to the code. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Krista, did you sort out the server joining issue earlier? I was just going to say, I'm not going to say that we fly shared flight, but do you want to test that it's working or not at the moment? There you go. Probably not. No.
Guessed it. No. Hello, 737. Good afternoon. I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing well as well, Leon Koller. So that's all loading. This is all done. Let's get going. See, I still have my frame rate, so I don't know if it's one of those plugins. I can't see that it's one of those plugins. I've been using them for days, man. They seem to work. So I don't know if it's a combination of things now again, or just my bad luck because I wanted to stream that this thing just died on me. EG.
Well, just out of interest, since loading the aircraft at this airport and starting powering up Zibo, I've lost 10 frames.
Wow. Well, for me, on my little potato system, 10 frames is like a death sentence.
Yeah, I've gone down from 39 to 20 odd. I was just 31, 32, but it was 39 before I started messing around with the Zibo, powering it up.
Yeah, mine happened after I started loading those other little apps.
Yeah.
Right. One, 0, 2, 3. I've just checked that we don't have restrictions, and we actually do, so we don't have to climb that fast. 260. That was a lucky guess. Starting APU. Interesting.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross-check and all calls.
You want to tell me I'm the only one flying?
Well, I'm setting it up, Miko. But
Yeah, but you're not flying on Avaya, I must actually say that.
no, but what I wanted to do, I was hoping somebody else was flying that hadn't got version 2. I wanted to see if there was any difference in the turbulence. Neil, you're letting me down.
Right, so we need 1 minute. You can all go off.
Mac,
Yeah?
message from Krista, his microphone's blown up.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry to hear that, Neil. And yeah, I'm also good. Thank you, 737.
Okay, Neil. Too much dunking going on there then, Neil.
Krista's blaming too much singing for his mic giving up the ghost. Can't blame it. Krista's an excellent way of testing your dog's hearing.
I'm just wondering whether the microphone thought it was our saviour if it was Krista's singing. Just my sense of humour, Krista. No.
Allegedly.
I've not heard him sing, Mac. I've heard him play the guitar here on the channel, but not heard him singing. Not that I can remember, so I can't say anything.
Exactly. We don't know, but the microphone obviously had something to say about it.
Yeah, Mac, we shouldn't take the mickey too much. Apparently, Krista gets paid for his singing.
Oh,
He's a professional. There we go.
fair enough.
Yeah. Dark horse.
So really, some famous singer with
Lots of
his
fans.
hiding his anonymity.
Yep, I mean, we don't know who we're rubbish
telling us
with on here.
next. He'll be telling us next that he's not really deaf.
Goodness. Scotsman,
Tongue in cheek, Krista, I'm not having a go at you. So Krista's part of the ABBA revival.
Interesting.
Anyway, this is about flying. I was about to say, I think Kristen knows a couple of them.
Yeah, famous people.
I guess I better start some engines. Or push back, or... I'm the foggiest where we are. Let's do 7. So we want to go there. Okay. Back right.
Scotsman, yeah, that's what we were flying this morning. Rob, that auto XP seems to work for some, doesn't work for other people. I don't know what the difference is. Me personally, I'm waiting for a proper auto XP for X-Plane 12 generator, and then I'll just start again. No problem, Neil. Thank you, Neil. Sorry.
V1, rotate.
That cough came out of nowhere. here we go.
1,000.
One, two, three, me. Oh, sorry.
That's what Explain Max
No,
said.
yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that's quite a high.
I get it. High pressure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's the time of day, but it looks like these lights were tuned a little bit. They're not as bright. Look, you can actually now read the writing. Before it was so bright. I will see when it's really dark. But at night you couldn't even begin to read those letters. I might be wrong, but it looks like it.
Yes, they were a bit much, weren't they?
Mm.
Can you just go to an outside view again, Nico? On the nose again. I was trying to look at that wing lift. Yeah, it's excessive for a 737. Look at that, isn't it?
Yep.
Sparkles.
The sparkles are less. They're not all over the show. It looks different. You can see the outline and in the middle, not all over the show.
Yeah. No, that lighting is, yeah.
I like it.
Oh, that's the one round the edge of the radome people
Yes.
have been talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but on
Where
the
is-
previous models, Mac, this thing had a line like there in the middle. It had it every few centimeters. It was actually completely
Yeah.
covered like a spider's web.
But that means that landing light's got to be filtering into the cargo bay area and moving forward.
Yeah,
It's-
look. Exactly what you're saying, look.
Yeah.
So it's the landing light going through the body there. Hello,
So
EW
if you
again.
go into the landing bay area, I bet there's a whole load of light in there.
Yeah,
Loading
not
bay
gonna-
area.
Not going to worry about that now, but anyway, yeah, that's where the sparkles come from.
Yeah. Yep.
Then there's your answer, Scotsman. I didn't even see your question yet. See, it's the landing lights. Sparkles.
In other words, the skin of the aircraft isn't shutting off light.
Hmm.
Stops you from getting outside the cockpit, but not the light coming in.
Flickering seems to have stopped as well, Nico.
No, I think it's time of day. You were just lucky and I was just lucky. The time of day is very important for the flickering that I've seen in all my testing. Certain times of the day you just don't get that stupid shadow flickering thing.
Oh, something else I discovered, Nico. Anybody having problems with disconnecting from better pushback in Explain 12?
Nope.
The two pop-ups that come up, you know, the disconnect and hand signals. If you've got your default view graphics, if you've got it set to anything other than user interface size 100%, they don't show.
But why do you want them to show? I've always been puzzled. If you look at my screen, there's under miscellaneous, there's a tick box that says auto disconnect when done. Then they don't even come up anyway.
But my preference, it wasn't sticking every time.
No, the only way that you can get it to stick is to set your preferences in Explain 11 and then take that little, I think it's an XML or JSON file, I can't even remember. It could be a text file, I can't remember. You just take your settings from Explain 11, that one single file, and just pop it over, done.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know about that trick.
No, that's how I got mine to stick, because it didn't want to stick, because I run my radio audio through my headset. You see, and the other sounds go through the normal speakers, and then obviously that auto disconnecting. So yeah, it's the only way I could make it work.
Right.
Makes sense, Scotsman. Makes sense. I've heard other people say also, but it's terrible, man, when it starts flickering like that.
And after that, it's starting to take again.
Yeah, don't talk about things.
Oh, that cloud business, the lights from the clouds, and that, I had that the other night in 12, big time.
Well, we are in turbulence here, Mac, and I mean, you can see the aircraft is moving in the turbulent air, but I haven't had any major upset yet.
Not as violently as it was before. No,
for sure. You can see it's moving.
The other night, Nico, when I flew, my ground speed was bombing around. Look, yours. Now, the wind direction and speed isn't changing, but look what's your ground speed.
Well, the true airspeed is the one that's changing. The ground speed's constant.
Okay, so true airspeed is fluctuating, but not as drastically as it was. I was getting up to 10 knots the other night. Yeah. You're getting 1 degree changes, look, in the wind direction there, look.
Yeah, 26, 27.
So it is building turbulent air, or changing wind direction and speed.
Yeah, they're definitely 84, 85, 86, 87. We also turning slightly. We're also turning slightly.
Okay.
So the speed changed there by 1 or 2. Now the direction is changing slightly a bit. 1 or 2 degrees.
But it's not throwing, and you can see it's throwing the aircraft a little bit, but not as much as it was. Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't get motion sickness from this.
Yeah. It's interesting. I still think it's a little bit more than it should be. Where was that text file stored for the plugin? Is it in the plugins folder?
I think it's output preferences, better pushback.
Ah, right, okay. Thank you. Ah, yeah. Ah. Oh, it's not saving anything in the config file at the moment. So it's not writing to... Okay. Interesting.
Thousand to go.
Interesting. Right. Copy that across.
I swallowed the mic again. You know, it's because of this coughing now. So anyway, let me show you. I said this in words, but now you can see it. It's explain 12 output preferences. There is better pushback COG. Go save it in explain 11 and just copy it over.
I've just copied what was inside it across, yeah.
That's all.
Thank you, Zico.
Okay.
Little tricks that we've learned, fellas.
Stick with me, I'll make you famous too.
Thank you, Nico. Okay, let's go flying.
There you go. I've just noticed something. I didn't see my actual strobe lights. Oh, there we go. Okay, he just had to come into view on the front. Okay. Shh, Scotsman. Shh. Don't say it out loud. You make a joke, but a couple of years ago, somebody in the team used to always call me Zibo when he was on stream with me and I was on stream with him. It was funny. I think that's where a lot of people thought I was, but it was just a joke. He actually did mention it in stream afterwards, you know, but he used to take the mickey out of me with it. No, there's only one Zibo and I ain't him.
Oh, an interesting fact, people, while it's quiet. I was watching a stream, Airliners Live, the other night, or the other day, and they had a real 737 pilot in the commentary box with them. And interesting fact, if you're on finals behind A380, the A380 is so big that it can block the ILS signal if you're on the ILS behind the A380, and it causes the ILS to disconnect in the aircraft.
Ah, that's interesting.
And that's real life.
Mm.
Obviously, the closer the A380 gets to the runway, the bigger the area that's blocked to the radar. So, but I thought it was a very interesting real-life experience.
I don't think it would necessarily cause a go around, but it will cause you to pay much more attention and probably fly by hand, because if it disconnects, what do? You've got two choices. You either go around or you fly by hand.
They said normally they just do a visual landing. Yeah. You still got your auto throttle and stuff like that, so.
That is interesting. I mean, if you knew that that was going to happen, you could let LNAV VNAV bring you down, couldn't you? And then once the big thing's out of the way, then engage.
I suppose you could.
That would do it.
You've got to remember that with wake turbulence, there's going to be a minimum. The distance between the two aircraft would be greater as well.
Yep.
So,
but I don't think there's going to be enough time to put the ILS back on. You just do LNAV, VNAV, or go in. And just keep it off. I mean, they will not do this in IMC conditions, I promise you.
I mean, if you want to hear the full explanation, the video stream is still available. You can hear the pilot talk about what they have to do or would normally do, etc.
Next time Sasso comes here, we ask him to tell everybody here on our stream. How's that?
Yeah. Has he ever experienced it?
I don't know.
It'd be interesting.
You know,
You see, Manchester, you've got 380s land there, so.
Only one way to find out is to ask him.
Yeah.
Scotsman, I can only imagine they would. I mean, how professional do you want them to be? If they are professional guys, obviously they would know about it and they would make a plan. That's why I'm thinking they won't do it in IMC conditions. You know, this is going to be just normal operations.
Yeah. If it happened in IMC conditions, they would do a go round. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, end of my interesting facts for today, folks.
Alright, then I've been sitting here looking at turbulence and all, and I haven't been paying attention, so I almost made a nice boo-boo here. Navigraph. Nice. Right, Dracula. Yeah, I gave up on him long time ago. I've moved on to the level up ones. 2,500. 2,500. No, man. What's here I do? I have no idea what the weather is. We'll have to figure that one out when we get closer. It said 1020, so we're gonna guesstimate that. Robert, I have not, and there's the flickering with the fog you guys see. I've not, but I can tell you there are only two settings that I set. It's the upper and the lower FPS limit. It's the only two I've set. The lower limit is set to 25 FPS for the background operation of your game, the sim. The upper limit is 32. Those are the only two settings I've set. I didn't look into setting anything else. Thank you, Scotsman. I appreciate that.
Oh dear. That's gone disastrously long.
What now?
I've lost all pitch control.
Oh.
End of story. Crash explain. Completely lost all control. That's annoyed me.
Bluefin, yeah, you're correct. It's a laminar issue. Laminar did something. Bluefin, the only thing that has changed thus far in version 2, and it is obviously a work in progress, is the flight model and the turbulence, the way the aircraft handles turbulence. So we didn't have much turbulence, but in the bit we had, in this flight, it was definitely more stable. If I listen to some of the stories that the people have been telling, I mean, I haven't experienced any of it anyway. But this was a breeze to fly through the bit we had now. Funny. at these little worms on the screen. That looks so funny. Little worms. Imagine it looked like that in the real world.
Just imagine if big birds arrived to grab the little worms.
Yeah. Get all the blood splatter here on the windscreen. You fly through them.
Bit fuzzy though, that, isn't it, Nika?
Weird. Twirls and swirls.
I didn't think weather radar was supposed to show up. There's no intensity in there, is there? So.
I don't know what the heck it's doing. This looks like a PC board gone wrong, man. Seeing it under a microscope or a magnifying glass. Weird.
You've got an option, Nico, in that weather. Is it showing the wrong radar picture?
I don't know, but you reminded me of something. I've never looked at the settings in terrain radar.
Setting.
Okay, this doesn't have solid colors. No, I don't do solid colors.
See, it's got NG style. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but this is for the terrain radar. This is really for the weather. In Explain 11, if you go to terrain radar, there's more settings. I'm pretty sure there's more settings. There was one.
There was two ways of showing the weather, wasn't there, in the old
I
one?
think so. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to check.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, while you dragon slayers are putting out your whole family tree there and lineage and all, we preparing to land, guys. Buckle up, please. We don't want to have you hit your head against the, some tray or some seat or something.
I'm online waiting for you, Nico.
I disconnected, sir. I'll have to go online again. Hold on. There you go.
There you go, mate.
Good.
I can see you.
Okay. Oh, here we go again. Damn it. Look at this. Look at this. What's happening here? Thank you, Neil.
Radio altimeter.
Look at the movement in that wind now. I mean, it was moving like crazy just now. Look. Car changes. Wow. Yeah, I got rid of the spam quick. Yeah.
Feet stabilizing with SuperChat.
There's a problem with the approach speeds. It's not really stable. Not sure if that's not to do with the winds, but this is something Zibo will have to look at. It's chasing that light slope like nobody's business. First to fast, first to slow, up, down, yo-yo. That slow down again just before the threshold. Look at that 50, major 40, slow 30, down
20.
And then you overreact. See, 10. major slow down. Look, terrible. Oh man.
You've got a go around procedure programmed in.
Well,
Okay.
by default, yes.
80 knots.
I think that's one gonna have to somebody, either you or somebody else, do the same flight and delete that go around and see if
see if it makes a difference. No, this is an easy enough flight to test with. I'll do it tomorrow sometime.
it's quite short, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm setting up again. Don't know what stopped all my pitch control. Just reloaded it. Everything's working fine, Nico.
Yeah,
Come.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Bloody computers.
yeah.
Thanks, guys. There's obviously underlying issues. Obviously, definitely underlying issues. So, yeah. Somebody will have
Just
to
so
look at
you're
them.
aware, this was a first trial of the new version 2.
Yeah.
He actually said Zibo posted in our dev room that it was work in progress, so expect us to have to do more testing before it's freely
Yep.
available.
Yeah, for sure. Have a nice evening, Rob. Thanks for watching. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Yeah.
Yeah, nice one, Nico.
Next sticker.
Can't hear you, sir. Uncle John?
I've sent you a couple of pics in Discord.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Yes,
Nice
Denmark, I have.
moonshot.
Yeah, it
Nice
is.
moonshot.
Yeah, it is. It is. That flickering is unfortunately a laminar thing. They have to fix that for us. Thanks, Robert. Did you disconnect, Uncle John? Dunno. Colin, thank you so much.
I do apologise.
No,
You
it's
want
okay. No, I'm just gonna park somewhere here. Collins, some of the stuff's been sorted, some of the stuff hasn't been sorted. Some of the stuff laminar needs to do. In fact, I think most of it is basically just a laminar issue. They just need to come to the party now. I don't know where I'm taxiing, guys. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Trying to get somewhere here. Leisure Paul. Yeah, you guys must have a good rest of your Saturday, and we'll catch up in the morning again.
Still useful information from this stream, Nico. Obviously, Zibo has calmed down the turbulence a bit.
Yep. For sure.
Good night to you, Krista, as well. Sorry to hear about your mic.
Yeah, Saturday mornings it's 700 Zulu, Sunday mornings it's 800 Zulu, and then at night whenever I feel like it, but usually you can look for me about 1600 Zulu. See, this guy just changes his name when he comes back. Hey. Bye. Right. Okay, I don't know why the jetway doesn't come. Maybe I'm not in the right position, but he's refusing or there's something else. Anyway, ladies and gents, I'm going to say goodbye. Have fun. We'll talk in the morning. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nico.